Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where I create magical, nerdy and weird things. Guess who finally edited this video? My procrastination game is strong. In this video I'm going to show you some clips from my travel last year, tell you how my travel palette held up, and show you some new art supplies that I got in Netherlands. First we stopped in the lovely village near Stuttgart, and of course we visited Mercedes Museum and Wilhelma. This is the beautiful and gigantic botanical park with the cutest animals and the most beautiful greenhouses. I really recommend visiting the park. Just time the visit better than us. Take at least 2 days just for the park and do not visit it in the height of a heat wave like we did. I will absolutely drive back to have another visit in the future. The next day we drove all the way up to Amsterdam. It will sound cliché, but as somebody that lives on a small farm in the hills, there is so much flat and open space. All the time I was thinking, if I would let Kelpie, my horse, gallop here, there is no way of stopping him. Or maybe he would stop in the first pond or water canal that swept the country. After all, he is named Kelpie for a reason. I absolutely adore their farm buildings, made of orange bricks, and I'm in love with their farm setups in general. There is no way to build something like that where I live because, not enough open space, but I still love living in the hills. In Netherlands, we stayed at a lovely sheep farm near Amsterdam. They had one sheep that somehow always strayed away from the flock and come to say hi every morning. Leo was absolutely done with me loudly announcing that the big sheep is here, because apparently I was acting like I did not see any farm animal in my whole life. We have sheep at home, on our farm. So, in Amsterdam we visited Van Gogh's museum. This was my second time visiting the museum, but this time I actually took enough time to see it all. I did not took a lot of pictures because, I was looking at paintings. I never really paid close attention to Van Gogh until a few years back, when I received a pocket box of Van Gogh's watercolors from our local art store as a reward for a small art competition. And after that, the same store, together with Van Gogh Museum, hosted art competition where we painted masters with our own twists of Van Gogh's work. And at that point, I started to research his works and his life more. And now I can say that he is my favorite great painter. I really love how the museum presents his work and life, and how his brother's wife put so much effort into presenting his work to the world. Of course, we spent some time and money in the museum gift shop, and I will show you what we got later in the video. We also visited some art stores in Amsterdam. My favorite art supplies brand is from here, and I got some stuff that I will show you. Next day we went to see the ocean. First time I saw a proper ocean, and also the first time ever that I was on a sand beach. Of course I acted like a little kid, poor Leo. He's saint for dealing with me. There was also a gang of seagulls, sparrows and crows that started gathering near the tables in the beach cafe where we stopped. And then all of a sudden they all pounced on the neighbor's table when they got a serving of fries. I never saw something like that in real life, and while it was probably terrifying for the people defending their food, I found it really amusing. And now, to take a break from my rambling, I'm going to show you what art supplies I got in Netherlands. These canvas boards, I saw this brand for the first time and I like the size, so I got a few. And of course, my favorite brand, Talent's Art Creation. I love their sketchbooks and their line of Van Gogh watercolor and Amsterdam acrylic paint and Ecoline markers and so much more. Then I got this paper pad. I was planning to buy it in Slovenia, but it was a little bit cheaper in Amsterdam, so I got it there. I was looking for a different porcelain palette for ages now, and I could not find a shade that I would love, and I finally did. These two charms I bought in the museum gift shop. They are two of my favorite Van Gogh's paintings, and I will turn them into earrings later in the video. And of course I got another set of Van Gogh's watercolors from the museum gift shop, and this time they are Van Gogh themed. I know they are selling them in Slovenia also, but you know, it is special if you get them in the museum, I think. And this colorful pen, that is more of a gag gift for myself. Of course we got some stuff for family, mostly local cheese, but you're probably not interested in that. Okay, now let's watch these pastels. These are water-soluble oil pastels from Art Creation. How is this possible? No clue. Probably magic. I also had this love-hate relationship with oil pastels for the longest time. I love how they look, and I absolutely struggle when working with them. They are hard and crumbly, and then I figured out that maybe if I get better quality pastels, it would be better. Because the ones I used for years were more made for kids and were like €5 for a set. I mean, they are not bad if you need to color the whole area in one color, but they're absolute hell if you want to mix and layer them. So I had my eyes on this set for some time. They're better quality and still affordable, and since they are water soluble, I can easily mix them with gouache to use them up if I would not like them. But surprise, surprise, I love them. They go on paper so smoothly and are so soft. Of course, I did not look up any tutorials on how to properly use them before I started this painting of this pumpkaboo, but I still managed to make it look okay. I am now on a mission to learn how to use oil pastels, and if the drawings won't go as planned, I will just put some water on it and turn it into an aquarelle. I finished the drawing with some calligraphy marker and an old permanent marker that I bought when I was still in school, and somehow it does not want to dry out. Next thing I did was turn these charms into clip-on earrings. On one of the charms is a painting of a wheat field with crows, my favorite Van Gogh paintings, and other is Skull with Cigarette or Skull with Cigar. I hoped that I would find his painting of rats, but oh well. I mean, I have a skull now. First I used just one of these jumper rings, but I figured out that then the charms faced the wrong direction, so I added another one. And then I used some sort of a jewelry glue to glue onto moonstone chips that I got from a friend. You can tell that I have no clue what I'm doing, but at the end I got a pretty pair of earrings that I now wear to work. watercolors. Opening new pens always feels like unwrapping the candy. This brand was my first proper watercolors and I fell in love with them. And of course, I explore new brands now and like quite a lot of them. You can see that in the video where I build my travel palette. But at the end, I always come back to Van Gogh's paints. And as I said, the color selection in this set is gorgeous. And I wanted to paint something that would remind of Van Gogh's a little bit. I don't know if I succeeded. A friend of mine commented that it looks like depressed Eastern Europe futuristic thing, which, yeah, I had some inspiration from paintings like that. But yeah, I made this sunflower field with dark contrasting sky in the background as a nod to Van Gogh's sunflower paintings. And then I added this gigantic robot. Maybe I was looking too much Tales from the Loop artworks. I think I like this painting quite a lot and thinking that I'll maybe create prints for my shop. Back to our travel. On our way back, we stopped at Nürburg for 2 days, spent one day hiking in the nature and meeting horses and cats at the local farm. We also visited the castle and went on a drive on the Nürburgring, you know, the big racing circle, big racing ring. It was fun. It was really great. I was getting really homesick at that point. Leo's brother was sending me photos and updates of my cat Lucky because he was taking care of her for this week, but I really started to miss her. So after a week of travel, we finally returned home in the late evening and Lucky smacked her furry little head into my face. The travel was great, but I was so happy to be home. Home is where my cat is and where my art studio is, and now also where my cryptid horse is. So yeah, this was also the last video I filmed before this freak accident at the end of September last year, when I almost lost my finger. So in the next uploads you can clearly see which videos I filmed before and after the incident. I'm rocking a pretty gnarly scar now, but more about that in the next uploads. Thank you if you stay through all of this rambling. If you liked it, you can press the like button or even subscribe. It would make me very happy. I'm working on some big projects now. They take some time before I can share them, but I think it will be finished soon because deadline is approaching. Anyway, have a magical rest of your day and see you in the next one. Bye!